Hey, what's going on, guys? TheKnowee here, and we are continuing on with our Unity tutorial Brick Breaker series. In today's video, we are going to be continuing on with our game manager, making more of the state machine work. In last video, we got more of the state machine working. We got the play button and everything working. Give it a second while it loads. And then we inserted our own custom paddle, I guess you can call it player pedal. But first, now we need to actually make it so that when we play our game, of course, we do have it so that the ball is working, it's instantiated, we have a working paddle, and when we break bricks, we get points. However, if I lose the ball, it just drops off into nowhere. So let's make that work. So let's head over here to the ball script. I'm going to get access to the renderer, like we did with the other thing. We had to get access to the renderer, but we're not changing the mesh. We're just using it to track where our wonderful little ball's at. So now let's quickly start, get the component, and render. There we go. So now that we went ahead and we got the renderer component and we now have access to the renderer component, we got to go over here to fixed update. And right under here, under velocity, we're going to throw in an if statement. And we're going to say if the renderer, if it is not visible, so dot is visible. And remember, the exclamation point it means is not. So if it is not visible, then what we're gonna do is gonna open that up, and we're gonna have it first access that game manager we made, and with the instance of that game manager, we gotta get access to the balls, and we're gonna have it take away one of our balls because we lost that ball. It went out of view. We lose a ball. And then what we also want to do is we want to destroy, not debug, destroy that game object. We want to destroy the ball. So if it goes out of render visibility, then it will take away one of our lives, and then it'll destroy it. And then in the game manager, it'll detect, hey, we no longer have a ball. Our ball is set to null now. We need to instantiate a new ball. Right, so if we go down here into play, if the current ball is null, then we instantiate a new ball if you still have one. So let's try that out. So if we lose it, goes out of render distance, boink, there we go. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but watch how fast it comes back. Boom, instantly. So what I want to do is I do want to add a delay to the ball whenever it spawns in, because it's kind of quick. Like, it'll just pop in and then done instantly, just right away. Boom, we have the ball back in. So we don't want it to do that. We're gonna want to fix that real quick. And also, if you guys notice, whenever we press play, our ball text is still not editing. So we're going to also have to fix that. So 2 quick fixes that we need to do. So let's head back here into our code. And in our game manager script up here, if you guys remember how we did this with the score text, it's basically the same thing, except it's not score text, it's ball. Text, balls text, dot text. And then, not capital text, regular case text. Text is equal to, not insert, is equal to, and then this is going to be the ball. And then that's going to be plus the balls. And then we semicolon that. And then let's go ahead and do that for our levels as well, so that this is edited as well. So we're gonna do the score text dot text is equal to the, and then what we need to do is quickly run into your Visual Studio and notice how you have your levels text. I leveled mine as level. Make sure you do that as well. So it's level, in all caps, level, and that, and then plus the level. There we go. So now it'll go ahead and update both of those texts. So now that's going to be pretty awesome. So now what we're going to actually have the ball do is whenever we instantiate it, you know how we have it going down? Well, we can have it go up. That's completely up to you. You guys can still have it go down. I'm going to have it set so that when it spawns in, it'll go up. It's just kind of ease of use, so if you're on like a higher speed later on, it doesn't just surprise you. We'll fix this later. Don't worry. The is switching states is assigned to, but is never used. We'll fix that in a second. I was just curious what it was yelling at before. So in here, we do have the is switching states, the boolean for the is switching states, and then we have the is switching states is true and false in here. It yells at you if it's not used. It is used, it just doesn't recognize that it's being used, and we will use it in a second. Alright, so now what we want to do is, since we went ahead and we have our vector going up, we also need to create a delay, right? We want to create a delay so that when the ball spawns, we don't get basically jump scared by the ball. So I'm going to make a method, so void, I'm going to name it launch. Alright, and then it's going to take in this, so Control X, Control V. So now that it controls, so this code is going to go ahead and control this. And then what we're going to do is in here, we're going to say invoke. And then we want to do this, and we want to call it launch, how we spelled it. So invoke launch, right? So we wanted to invoke the launch, and we need to tell it when we want to invoke the launch. So it's 0.5, and then we need to have an F. So 0.5 F. So this is saying that it's still going to shoot up whenever it instantiates, but it's going to wait half a second before it launches it. So we head over here, click play, press play, it sits there for a second. If we lose the ball, it goes out of focus, boink, it's back, and it waits a second before it launches again, and then we continue on playing our game. And as you notice, now it went ahead and it's updated our wonderful balls text. It did not edit our level text yet, so let's quickly go fix that. So why is it yelling at us? It is level. I did it right. Why is it yelling? Why is it not updating that text? How strange. We'll fix that in a second. But first, we need to actually check if our level system's working, because as you guys see, we have the score working. We have the balls number working. If we lose one, goes down. Boom, we lose a life. That's pretty awesome. So now we need to have the score set, but quickly what I noticed real quick, what I want to do is head over here to the canvas and to the score text, and I'm just going to scooch it like a tiny bit, because I noticed it's off a little bit, so 16. Let's see how that looks. I just noticed it as we were playing. There we go. Oh, whoa, what the heck? Did you guys see that? Hold on, wait, let's see if we can recreate it. So we press play, and it starts off at level 0. It says level, and then goes to score. Why does it do that? Let's take a look. Oh, that's why. Look at that, guys. I made a goof there. I said score text. This is level. Level text. So that's why it didn't work. Level text dot text. There we go. So that's why it wasn't working. That's my fault. I was curious why it was being weird. Let's take a look at it again one more time. See, that's how easy it is for you to make a mistake. It's something super small. You don't think it would go wrong, and then it goes wrong. Oh, now this one is level. No. I want you to be score. Now this is gonna yell at me. Hold on, let's fix it. Score. Text. Why are you being the way that you are? Dot text is equal to the score dot score. Let's head back into Unity real fast. Let's head into the game manager, and it has the, okay, so it does not have the level text. So grab the game manager, grab the levels text, boink, and then, oh, look at that, guys. So we have level text, balls text, and then levels text. So quickly head over here to the game manager. We have text, level text. This is supposed to be score text. Then drag in the score. Oh, it hasn't quite fixed that yet. Then drag in the levels text right there. We want that to clear. So now it's still going to be yelling at us for this one right here. So we want to do this. Okay. Now it should be happy. Head over here to the game manager. Score text is not in there. So score text, balls text, and then we want to move the levels text right there. Okay, go ahead and save. Now let's try it. Press play, score, text, and now level is working. There we go, guys. So now all of our things are still working, and if we lose a life, boom, we lose a life. And it works. That's pretty awesome. Now, we haven't exactly tried our level completion system yet. We haven't actually played with it. So quickly, head over here to the prefabs. I'm going to duplicate level 1. And then I'm going to turn it into level 0. And then what I want to do is then I'm going to drag this into our thing here. Edit the prefab. And then I'm going to shift click all of our bricks. And then go ahead and reset this transform here for this brick. Convert that size. And then let's bring it up to 18. There we go. Go ahead and jump out. Then we head over here to the game manager. We're going to add a third 32, not 32, 3 levels. We're going to drop level 0 on top, level 1 here on element 1, and level 2 right here on element 2. Go ahead and save. Go ahead and safely delete level 0. Now what we're looking for here, go ahead and save again because it's going to yell at you, is when we play, we want the level completed screen to pop up. So, ball shoots up, we hit it. Level completed screen does not come up. Why? Because there's no way to track if the bricks are successfully out of the area. So let's go ahead and do that now. So what we need to do is head over here back into the game manager script. We head down here into the update loop for the play system where we have our balls being tracked, but now we needed to track the bricks as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a new if statement right here. So we're going to say if the current level is not null and the current level dot transform dot child count is equal to 0. Oh, is 2 equal signs there, is equal to 0, or it's equal to 0. And, where's my ands? There it is. And we are not switching states. Then what do we want to do? we are going to have the switch state. We're going to basically just switch the state to this level completed. So switch state dot level completed. You did it. Your child count is 0, and that is all about these levels. So that's why your walls are their own thing, so that these have so many children to them. So the bricks are the children to the level. So now the level is going to basically count how many children are in it, and if all of them are gone, and that doesn't include the walls, if all the bricks are gone, then you win. You did it. So whenever you're making a level, like let's say you want to make like a special level with like some difficulties in there, maybe you throw in some walls that you have to get around, make sure that the walls are instantiated during like a specific playtime interval, so that because the walls you're not going to destroy, and if you have them on the level, then this set of code won't work. So do be careful with that. Don't be doing nothing crazy. Alright. So now that we have that, let's check it out and see if it works. Go in here. We're going to press play. Boom. The ball is now still in play. And we don't switch out of level completed. We get the text, yay, you did it. But we don't have the ball. It's still in play, and we can actually still lose it. So, we needed to load the next level, and we need to actually get rid of the ball. How do we do that? Let's head back over here to the code. And what we're going to do is, right over here, we wanted to decrease the ball count. Well, we don't want it to decrease the ball count, but we want to destroy the current ball. So we can just kind of throw this in before we get this. So we want it in here. We want to destroy the current ball. No, not the... Well, we want to destroy the current level, but we want to destroy the current ball. Can you let me know? Current ball. We want to destroy the current ball. And you don't have to scream at me, how dare you, you just initiated code right up here that's tracking your current balls, and if you lose one, you lose it. But that code is specifically for if it's the render is called. If it's out of render distance, then it'll destroy and you'll lose a life. In this set of code, we're just destroying the ball. And then the code says, oh, we don't have a ball anymore, but you're not losing a life because it didn't go out of render distance. It's just because it got destroyed. So then this tracks, oh, hey, I don't have a ball now, right? So we come down here. It says, uh-oh, we don't have a ball now, right? But it's not going to switch the state to game over because you still have 3 lives. It's just going to instantiate a new ball when you load your next level. So you do not need to worry about destroying the current ball. In this set of code, you are fine if you destroy the current ball. You will not lose a life to destroy the ball. It's just a safety, it's just a thing so that when you're loading the next level and you get a level completed screen, yeah, you win. You don't have to sit there and still play with the ball while you're trying to load the next level. Alright. So now we also want to destroy the current level because, well, we don't need it anymore. It has no purpose for us other than just kind of existing. So we want to destroy the current level. So go ahead and destroy the current level as well. So now this will detect that it needs to instantiate a level. So now it'll be like, oh, okay, now I want to load a level. So instantiate the level, and then we're going to switch the state to play. Now what we also need to do is once we destroy the current level, we want to say level, and then we want to say plus plus, so that it adds a level and then it loads that next level. So it'll go, so basically what this says is we're destroying the current ball, we're destroying the current level, the player will still be there running around, but then we will add a level, and then it'll switch state to the state completed. Once it enters level completed, it's gonna set the panel to true, right? Oh, we don't want this in update. We want all of this in begin. We want all of this. Where is it? Right here. before we set the panel active, we want this to happen. So when we enter the state level completed, we destroy the current ball, destroy the current level. We add a level, we set the panel level completed, set active to true, right? And then we want to go into load level. So the next thing we do is we say switch state, no, so not switch delay, switch state to state.load level. So then it goes ahead and switches down over here into the next thing, load level. It checks it. It says if we don't have any more levels, you switch the state to game over. And if we do have a level, then you're going to instantiate the next level when it adds that next level. Does that make sense? I hope so. So now we want to add a little bit of victory time because, well, let's take a look here. So we play, we win, and then instantly we're in the next thing. We're in the next level immediately. Level 1. So what we're going to want to do is instead of having us instantly teleport into the next level, let's use our wonderful switch delay that we've added. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to add 2 seconds. So we can add in a 2F to the code. So basically now it's going to have a little delay. We added the switch delay. So now, head back over here to Unity, press play, hit it, level completed, yay! And we get a little bit of time before our next level is instantiated and we start playing again. That is awesome! So, now we have most of our state machine working. There's still one more thing we need to worry about, and that is our game over screen. So quickly, let's head back over here into the game manager, and let's decrease this to 1. And whenever we enter the game over state, so we win, level completed, game over. Well, first it doesn't even have a game over screen, so we need to have it so that it has the game over screen. Index out of range inspect and like it is all mad, right? So we need to fix that so that it detects that we're out of levels and it goes into the game over screen. See, we need to switch the state to the state load level. So if the level is out of the level's length, we need to switch the state to the game over state. So we need to code our wonderful game over state. Well, how do we do that? Whenever we go into the game over state, it yells at us. So that's a quick fix right in here. We gotta set this is the greater than or equal to the levels.length. So it basically says, all right, are we over it? Okay, we are. So then what it's gonna do is gonna switch us to game over. It should switch us to game over. There it goes. Yay! It's happy now. Too easy. Simple fixes, guys. Simple fixes. But we can't do anything. I can't. Help! I'm stuck in game over. I can't do nothing. All right, and we got a terrible score. We only got 100 points. Boo! All right, anyway. So we gotta have our game over get fixed. How do we do that? We gotta code the game over. We gotta have it code. So we have it so that we can enter the game over state if we're either out of balls or if we are out of lives. Well, we're gonna add an if statement. So once we set the panel active, we were going to add an if statement. And in here, we're gonna say input dot any key. And we want it to go down. So if we press any key, this includes mouse clicks, we can switch the state to the state dot menu. So now it'll take us to the menu. However, we will notice one thing. So if we click play, boom, level completed, game over. Now I click, my mouse still isn't active, right? So only when I click out of it and then click back into it is it active. Watch. So let's try to do it again. Press this, boink, level completed, game over. I'm gonna press space, and that's it. It switches us. It doesn't even switch us to menu yet, right? So we got some more code to do. So let's head back over here into the code. So in the menu state, we have the panel menu set active true, right? And then over here we have the panel play set active false and the panel game over set active false. So we want to be able to take care of that. We also still have the paddle, if you guys notice. So if we take a look here, we win. It's game over. And then that's really it. So we want to go ahead and switch this if input any key down. Out of this, we're going to control exit, and I'm going to put it in update. We want to switch the state to the state menu in update. If you're running, most of the time you're running ifs in here. Any key input, any key down. All right. So in update. And then what we also need to do is we don't have our cursor still, so let's take away the power of the cursor from the player, because the player controls that power. So I'm going to control exit and then save. And then over here in our begin state, in it, we're going to set the visible cursor to false. And then in beginning of the menu, we're going to set it to true. So now, we go ahead and play. Yay, we win! Game over! And then we click, my mouse is back, we click play, and then we already have our paddle. So what we're going to do is over here as well, in the end state of our game over, whenever we're taking away the, or not in the end state, let's do it in the begin state of game over. Whenever we set the active true, we want to also destroy the player prefab. Because whenever we start the game, it's going to instantiate a new one. So, player, level completed, we enter game over. The player prefab is taken away from us. It's still going to sit there. Uh-oh, it's going to yell at us still. What does it say? Destroying access. Okay, so it's going to yell at us for the player paddle. So we can't do that. We can't get rid of the player prefab. I'm kidding. Ignore that. We're just going to have to live with the player prefab being there right now. We're just going to... It's just going to exist there. It's just going to go, hi. Alright, so we can't do anything with the player prefab for now. But that's fine. So... that is this video. We have officially have a working state machine. So if we head back over here into the game manager and add back our levels, level 1, level 2. Also quickly, I'm going to make a folder. Shift click. So now you just have a levels folder. This is organization at its finest. So in our prefabs, we have the ball, the brick, the player, the red brick. We can also prefab the walls, so you have access to the walls if you need them, if you want to. So just organize it as you will. I'm making a folder for the levels just so my prefabs folder doesn't get filled to the brim with levels, because as you build your game, you're going to be adding more and more and more and more to it. So if you're going to want to add more, well, you're going to need more room. So you're going to add more folders to organize and make it beautiful. So yeah. Alright, so now that we went ahead and added our game manager, we have our levels back in place. Now it won't instantly say game over whenever we finish the level. Yay, we did it. Level 1. Now we play level 1. So we officially have a working state machine. Our state machine goes from a menu state, where we press play, to the init state, where it initializes our player and the level. We have the play state, which I'm in right now, with my working paddle, my working ball, a working level, and if we win, we take out all the things. It'll switch us to the level completed screen. Yay, you win. And then it'll instantiate the next level if we have one. If we lose the ball, or we're out of levels, it'll switch us to game over, and then we can restart it all over again. So we now successfully have a complete working state machine. Give yourself a pat on the back. That's pretty awesome. So in our next video, what we're going to do is we're going to make us have a high score. So let's say you have you went through your game and you won and you beat all the levels and you get the game over screen. Whenever you exit, like if you lose or enter the game over state, it'll have a little thing right underneath the play button here, and it'll say high score, whatever your score was. And for us, we have it in the hundreds, so it'll be a pretty large score, especially if you have a lot of levels. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that. We're going to be adding a lot more flavor to the game now because we actually have a working game. This is technically a completed product, but I'm not done here. We're not quite done yet. There's still some work to be done. We're going to make our game epic. We're going to have some flavor to the game. We're going to add a high score. We're going to add a name right here on the top here. We're also going to color and add some music. And in the final video, we're going to have some extra effects and sound effects for you to add to your game. So if you guys are looking forward to that, be sure to tune in to the next videos coming very soon. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys have any questions or concerns, be sure to leave a comment down below so I can ask or answer them as soon as possible. And as always, guys, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.